9.5, 9.6, 9.2. Round of applause! So on deck we will have John, but first, Mad Mule applause for Sophia!
Hi, I'm Sophia. I've done this one other time before. This is my second time at a poetry thing. I'm 16. I just turned 16 a couple days ago.
Before you go on, I have one word of advice, actually one sentence, from the great philosopher known as the Mellencamp of John.
Okay.
Hold on to 16 as long as you can. You just
All
come
right.
around real soon and make us women in
Okay. This is a poem I wrote this morning. It's about my brother who passed away in January. It met me in a very strange time in my life. Some of us vanish out of habit. Others do it out of spite. Some don't have a choice. I'm not sure which is more depressing. Life is a volatile adventure. We hit ups and downs like morning and night. The sunlight kisses the forehead of those who are lost and searching for light, while the moon gleams with a small glow in the kitchen, reminding us we're more lonely than before. I first met you when you were 5. I was just born, you were my brother, mother said you cried, a little brown-eyed boy meets a blue-eyed infant. You cradled me in your tiny arms, even though I was too heavy. But the world was too heavy for me, for both of us. So you continue to hold me. I miss you most when the moon dips me in its arms. I feel the most when my eyes are closed, because the most beautiful things are not seen, they are felt. And I feel you at 2 a.m. eating hot Cheetos and crying over old cassette tapes. Did you feel me when you jumped? I hate that I have to smoke. I stopped. You died. I picked up. I had a joint in my mouth to stop the words of you from coming out. My dad says he hates it. The smoking makes him feel like a bad parent. But I know that isn't why he truly feels like a bad parent. The feeling of grief and regret sits in a whirlpool in his chest. I take a step onto the clay patio and my eyes lock with my dad's. He pulls out a cigarette and I open my hand to reveal a joint. We sit there and smoke in silence. It's what suicide does. Turns people mute. Maybe the cigarette in his mouth was a way to kill his name on a little more from the tongue. Sick wallows in my mother's belly. It always has, probably always will, and no matter how much I hold her, it always pulls up. I wish she was one of the sun people. Someone who feels only light in the dark. That was him. That's what everyone thought. When it happened, I wasn't expecting it, you know? My heart melted into my bitter stomach and I swallowed down the bile and replaced it with screams. I fell onto the wooden floorboards, the cracks holding memories of sticky Nerf gun fights and trading Halloween candy. You always liked Reese's. All 63 inches, 206 brittle bones, 32 teeth dry, and the boneyard of my mouth hit the floor. My thoughts run back to you, and I can feel your pale, filmy skin, spider veins attaching themselves to my brain. The slightest mention of your name brings an uncontrollable tingle to my jawline. The moment your name slips through the parted lips of a fellow conversationalist, our memories, your features, and you haunt me. You haunt me. Everything is so suppressed, so close up. I try everything I can to shake the hurt off my shoulders. Just opening my eyes is hard. Sometimes that suppressed bird flies up out of my mouth and the feelings pour out. I tell her to stay in there just a little bit longer. To him, I miss you. To my father, you are the strongest man I know. To my mother, I too am sick, but we can be sick together. Thank you.